Hello, my name is Emily. I remember my first day in the classroom when I had to teach English. It was a hot day, and my hands were shaking as I looked at my students. Some were smiling, some were shy, and some looked scared. One girl, named Sarah, caught my eye. She had tears in her eyes. I went to her and asked, "What's wrong?" she whispered. "I don't know how to speak English well." Her words broke my heart. I held her hand and said, "We will learn together. Don't worry." The class started, and I felt nervous too, but I knew, just like Sarah, that I could do it. I told the students, English is just like a new friend. You get to know it little by little. You don't need to rush. I remember the first tip I gave them. I said, start with small words. Words like hello, yes, no. Use them every day. The students smiled and started repeating these words. It was a small start, but it felt big. I shared a memory from my childhood. When I was young, I didn't know much English either. I remember crying once because I couldn't understand a word my teacher said. But one day, my mom told me, "Emily, every new word is like a gift. When you learn it, you keep it forever." That thought stayed with me. With the students, I used simple sentences. How are you? What is your name? These were our first conversations. And as days passed, they became more confident. Sarah, the shy girl, started saying more words each day. Her smile grew brighter. I remember her saying, "I can do it," and I told her, "Yes, you can." A few weeks later, Sarah told me something beautiful. She said, "English is helping me talk to more people. I made new friends. I was so happy I cried." I told her, language connects us. The more you learn, the more you can share. Another important tip is to listen. I told my students, watch English shows, listen to English songs. Even if you don't understand, just listen. This way, English starts to feel natural, like music in the background. I shared another personal story with them. I used to love watching English movies with subtitles. I would repeat the words the actors said. It felt silly at first, but it helped me speak better. I told them, don't be afraid to sound silly. It's part of learning. Some students were afraid of making mistakes. I remember a boy named Jack. He was always silent. One day, I asked him to read a sentence. He looked scared and said, "What if I get it wrong?" I smiled and told him, "Mistakes are good. They show that you're trying." Jack tried, and he made a mistake. But instead of feeling sad, I clapped for him. I said, "You're one step closer to learning." From that day, Jack started speaking more. He wasn't afraid anymore. One thing I always tell my students is, practice makes perfect. The more you speak, the better you get. Even if it's just talking to yourself in the mirror, it helps. I shared a funny story with them. When I was learning, I used to talk to my cat in English. The cat didn't understand, but I got better. Sarah, Jack, and the other students started talking to each other in English. They practiced during lunch breaks, and soon their confidence grew. I watched them from a distance, and my heart swelled with pride. Learning English isn't just about words, it's about expressing yourself. I told the students, when you learn English, you open a new world for yourself. You can share your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, Sarah once told me. I feel brave when I speak English now. That was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. For students who wanted to go from basic to advanced English, I gave them some more tips. I told them, read books. Start with simple ones, like children's books. Then slowly move to harder ones. I also suggested, write every day. Even if it's just a few sentences, write about your day, your feelings. One memory I cherish is when a student, Lisa, wrote her first story in English. It was short, but it was hers. She read it in front of the class, and when she finished, everyone clapped. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "I never thought I could do this." Another thing I shared with them is the importance of vocabulary. Learn 5 new words every week, I told them. Use them in sentences. Make them part of your life. Slowly, their vocabulary grew, and so did their ability to speak fluently. One of the hardest things for students is pronunciation. I remember laughing with them when I tried to teach the word comfortable. Many said it wrong at first, but we practiced and laughed together. I told them, it's okay to laugh. Learning should be fun. As time went on, the classroom became a place of joy and growth. Students who once cried because they couldn't speak English were now laughing and sharing stories in English. Sarah, the girl who was once too shy to speak, became one of the best in class. She told me, English changed my life. I always reminded them, it's not just about learning a language. It's about believing in yourself. I shared a quote with them that my mom once told me. The sky is the limit when you believe in yourself. And I could see that belief growing in them each day. One of the most emotional moments was when Sarah, Jack, and the others wrote letters to me in English. They thanked me for helping them find their voice. I couldn't help but cry. It was the most beautiful gift I had ever received. As the school year came to an end, I gave them one final tip. I told them, never stop learning. English is a journey, and you're just at the beginning. Keep going, keep exploring, and always believe in your abilities. Before they left, Sarah came up to me and said, I used to be scared of English, but now it's my friend. Her words stayed with me, and I hope they stay with her too. English isn't just a language, it's a bridge. It connects people, ideas, and dreams. The students learned more than just words. They learned how to express themselves, how to share their stories, and how to believe in their abilities. If you're trying to learn English, remember this: take it one step at a time. Don't rush. Be patient with yourself. Speak, listen, read, and write every day. Surround yourself with English. And most importantly, don't be afraid of mistakes. They are part of the process. Every new word you learn is a step toward a brighter future. Just like Sarah, Jack, and Lisa, you can do it. It might be hard at first, but with each step, it gets easier. Soon, you'll look back and see how far you've come. Learning English is a beautiful journey. It's filled with ups and downs, but each moment is worth it. So, take that first step today. Speak your first word, write your first sentence, and never give up. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to believe in yourself. As my mom once said, every word is a gift, and with each word, you grow stronger. Keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your English learning journey like? Have you faced challenges? How did you overcome them? Share your story with me in the comments below. I'm here to listen, just like I was there for my students.